John Fedro with mobilehomeinvesting.net. I have a new background. Where am I right now? We're in a mobile home park manager's office. Don't tell the manager. We are going to take a tour of the office and kind of show you what that looks like here towards the end of the video, just to kind of see what does a park manager's office look like. Right now it's pretty bare bones, as you can see just from what you can see. This video is talking about 5 or more big things that new real estate investors do. The things that I want to share in this video, they waste time, they cause confusion, and when you're just getting started in something, that is huge. I mean, confusion, wasting time, you only have so much time, and the mental bandwidth that you have of learning how to do something. You're learning how to do not just one thing, but when you learn a new thing in real estate, you're learning a lot of new things. Just like tying a shoe. Right now you can tie a shoe and you can do a bunch of other things while you're tying your shoe. But in the beginning, tying your shoe was a lot of work. You had to know when to make the first bow and then what to do next. And okay, don't distract me here. I got to keep doing what I'm doing. So right now I want to jump into the big mistakes that I don't want you to make. And this list was like 10, but then as I was going through the list, I was thinking, well, you know what? Not everybody does that. So I really want to kind of focus on the things that I've seen working with a lot of people. What do a lot of people do when they're first getting involved with real estate that is a mistake? And I'll say one of the first things that I've seen, something that I'm guilty of. Again, this is things that I'm guilty of as well. And that's when you're just getting started with mobile homes, with real estate, you want to do every single deal. If there's a deal that comes across your desk, if there's a lead, I'm not even going to say a deal because we have to create the deal sometimes. If there's a lead that comes across your desk, newer investors will think, how can I make anything from this lead? I want to help the seller. I want to facilitate things. How can I make $500? How can I make, I mean, you think, thousands at first, but okay, if I just make 5,000, that'll be okay. If I just make 500, well, that'll still be okay. I'll make something out of the deal. Like, I just don't want to pass it. I don't want to say goodbye and just let that deal, that opportunity completely, vanish. When in reality, in real estate, a no, not oftentimes, but sometimes, is a temporary no. We can go back to that seller or to that buyer. If they say no to us, we can always go back. And a no is a temporary no sometimes. As well, I will say in real estate that it's important to know what deals you want to do. It's also important to know what deals you don't want to do. A lot of mobile home sellers, a lot of real estate sellers, they don't need the help of an investor. So it's important to know who you're talking to and what is your time worth. Yes, I don't want you to pass by deals, but I also don't want you to, I'll say, waste your time with deals that are $500, $1,000. Unless it's super quick, you know that it's lined up, you know you have the money, it's something that you can just easily pass off and make some quick dollars. If you're only going to make $1,000 or $500, you should be spending less than a couple hours worth of time. So I think that's the big first one, is it's important to know when to say no in this business. I'd say it's more important to know when to say no than it is when to say yes in this business. And we have to make offers. I mean, the way I teach people to invest is we make offers to most people that listen, that fit our criteria. We're making a lot of offers, but that's only to people that aren't asking a retail price, that don't want top dollar for their home. If they do, they're not in the mindset to work with us as investors typically. And if you're trying to wholesale and just squeak out like $500 or $1,000, it probably isn't worth your time. The time that you're spending doing that is taking you away from doing something else. So that's the first big one. See if I missed any bullet points there. The second one is caring too much about your business card. By the way, I'm using a cheat sheet here because I don't have my whiteboard behind me. So it's like the best business card. Like, this just bogs you down. You have to have the best, most tight, clean business card. And it just has to say everything about you and has to look just right aesthetically. And if you give it to someone and it doesn't look good, they're just going to think you're a loser or a joke or not even real. How can you be a serious investor if you don't have a $500 business card? I'm getting to the point where a business card doesn't matter. It's a crutch. If you give your business card to someone, they're usually going to just throw it away or look at it for 2 seconds and put it away. It needs to tell people that you buy whatever type of real estate that you buy, your phone number, your name, maybe some other pertinent details, how to get a hold of you. Some people like to put maybe like, I'll give you a $500 referral fee. There's pros and cons about that. You can also like there's fake $100 bills that when you open on the ground they look like a real $100 bill, but then you bend down and it's that you open it up, it's a business card. I don't like to do that. It's gimmicky. It's the first person that sees it like, whoa, that's such a cool business card. But your business cards don't do much. They're crutches. Your actions speak so much louder than business cards. If you hand over a business card, make sure to get that person's number so you can call them back. You are your own business card. You need to follow up with people because a business card isn't going to follow up. It's just going to stay there. Give somebody a business card, it just stays there in their drawer if they even keep it. So you have to call people back. If you want to keep a track of someone, if you want to stay in contact with someone, a seller, a buyer, another investor, you have to do it. Boop. Okay, we're back. If it's because I'm filming this in the park manager's office, there are going to be people that stop by the park's office. This is an active mobile home park. And that's what that was. It was a tenant, a very nice tenant that came by, and we were talking for the last few minutes. And it's very hot outside, so you can see the sweat. Okay, so let's go through the rest of these pretty quick, because I realized on the first two I spent a lengthy amount of time talking. The third one is that we try to make some of the repairs ourselves. This is natural. We do some of the repairs ourselves. We may save some money. You will make some memories with friends. I don't want to just be negative to say that this isn't a good idea, because some people like to do that. And if you're talented, if you're able to do it, if you want to learn certain repairs, do that. If you want to also hire a handyman and work side by side, you do the basic stuff, they do the more involved stuff. You learn from them. You know, you look over people's shoulders. But you may get burnt out. Of all the folks I work with that do work themselves, even the people that 4, 5, 6, 7 deals down the road, eventually that is not the best use of our time. So you will eventually get burnt out of that. And that does create a bottleneck. You know, you can only repair so many homes at any one given point, even as talented as you may or may not be. Number 4 is working with the wrong handyman. If you get frustrated from doing work yourself, we oftentimes sort of jump into a relationship with a handyman that's no good for us. I like to, usually people are innocent until proven guilty. A handyman, they're sort of guilty until proven innocent. Prove to me that you have experience. Prove to me that you know what you're talking about. Prove to me that you're not going to take advantage. Prove to me that I can trust you. And even then when I start trusting you, you can take advantage of me. So really I hate to be like that, but with handy folks, I've just been burned enough times to, I will be nice and cordial but I've made other videos I'll link below in the description, but we talked to a number of handy people over the phone, only actually meet with a small percentage of them. And then of those people that actually come through our mobile home, I only want you giving people money, like 1 or 2 people. And that's only for a test job, not the whole job. Don't give people any money before they start doing work, and don't give handy people like money to do the whole home. They can just do one repair at a time, and you can see how quickly and on time and under budget and what excuses that they make. So I'm not going to talk to you all about handyman too much on this, but just working with the wrong handyman. And very important now, when you're getting, or not now, not exactly sure when you're getting started with real estate or mobile homes, but when you're getting started, that's the time when you're not holding a property. That's the time to vet handy people. Even when you don't have a property, that's the time to talk with them and screen them and vet them. So that when you do have a property, you're not paying extra holding cost finding a handy person. Now, on the other side of that, if you do have a property right now vacant, you're looking for a handy person, it's better for you to pay 1 month's lot rent, 1 month's mortgage payment, than have well, I'm not sure how much the mortgage payment is. If it's like $2,000, then maybe not. But what I'm saying is if you have to wait 30 days, which is a long time to like vet the handy people and find the right handy people, or 2 or 3 people, it's worth it. It's better to have an empty home than somebody in your home who's doing bad work, who's paying, or who you're paying for, that isn't really there, who's making excuses, who's doing bad work to your home, who you can't have other people do work because you sort of spent the money. So don't feel like you have to put any extra pressure on yourself. That's another one that I'll go to, is comparing yourself to others. That's a big mistake that I think all of us make, real estate or just anything else. I compare myself, it's so easy for this other person, or what's wrong with me, or why can't I have the same success as someone else? As if you're somebody else. You are not. You have unique time, unique capital, unique traits, location and the time that you have and your did I say capital already, and your location and your goals and what your risk tolerances are. Part of this business, after you've been investing for a number of months, a number of years, or like 12 months or more, you will have a reputation, and this business gets a bit easier when you have a reputation, a bit more predictable, because people know you, and that's a lot of people out there that know you that sort of lead back to you when it comes to mobile homes. However, in the beginning, part of this business is luck, being at the right place at the right time. So part of this is luck. You're busting your butt. You're doing all the work needed. Don't compare yourself to someone else. Stay on your track. Stay pushing forward. As long as you know what you're doing is the kind of the right, the most productive thing to do to get to your goal. And I'm not sure what your goal is, but if you have a plan and you're heading to that goal, keep working that plan. Don't get sidetracked. Don't look at the other shiny objects. Keep aiming to help the sellers that you plan on helping. Keep asking questions, keep improving, keep asking questions, keep improving, keep asking questions, keep improving. The number 6 is stop. You stop filling your buying funnel. You stop filling the funnel of people that are selling their mobile homes that I want you to purchase. You making more offers on mobile homes. Whenever you get into your first and second deal, oftentimes, again, like I was saying in the beginning of this video, when we're tying our shoelace, we're learning how to tie our shoelace. We kind of have to have laser focus. We can't be doing all this other stuff. So as you're doing your first and second deal, your funnel, or the amount of leads that you're collecting, the sellers that you're talking to, the both proactive and reactive type of advertising and marketing, that dwindles because you're doing a bunch of other things. And in the beginning, you don't have a big team of people necessarily. You're the one wearing all the hats: the handy people, the marketer, the the networker of talking to people, making offers, going to homes, inspecting the properties, paperwork, all of that. And there's like a lot more other hats that you're doing in addition to the one that we constantly wear, which is advertising and marketing. We need to have sellers constantly finding us. We're finding sellers. No matter how busy you are, someone in your organization needs to do that. And if you don't, then that funnel kind of dwindles. And then when you do sell that first property, it's hopefully very good, but now it's kind of, well, back to the drawing board. I got to restart all over again. But if you keep that funnel full and you're constantly talking to people, advertising and marketing, and it kind of comes with like a weekly and daily game plan, then you're better off when you do sell that property. And really, you should aim for that. Always try to have one property for sale. You're always doing one, then the next, then the next. Some you sell for cash, some you sell for payments, some you sell for cash. Selling on payments. When we're selling to a tenant buyer, when we're selling to somebody that wants to buy our home on payments, it's so easy. And I would say a good 30% of my videos have this topic in there, where if you're selling to somebody on payments, they can be a great person. And all the people that are going to call you on a payment type of advertising, if you have a mobile home or a single family home that you're selling on payments, most of those people that call you are going to be cool people you would want to talk to or get to know, or, they're just decent people. But it's rare, 1 out of, 1%, 2%, 3% of people after due diligence, are they going to be low risk? Are they going to be someone that you would want to have a 5 or 10 or 15 or more year relationship with? Do they have the ability to pay you? Have they had the ability to pay, and they pay on time? And what does their track record look like? And what does their income and their debt look like? And how are they treating you and talking to you? It's not just one easy background check. It's background checks, it's verifying income, it's verifying work history, it's verifying a number of things, in addition to how people are talking to you when they show up on time, what excuses that they make, what savings that they have. So putting the wrong person in your home if you're selling on payments is definitely, it's almost like a guaranteed thing. And I don't want to sound negative here, but you're going to make mistakes selling on payments to the wrong person. You're going to make mistakes hiring the wrong handy people. And I want to tell you that even more so to say, John, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to prove you wrong. And I'm going to keep my eyes open and not make a mistake. And I hope that that's what happens. But I've said what I wanted to say now. So if you're selling on payments or renting, you're going to get the wrong person in there. And I've made other videos on that, which I'll link in the description. All right, so that's the list. These were the list of things that I really feel that most people make mistakes on. There are like a whole nother 7 or 8 things that that most people usually make mistakes on. But this was the thing that I really feel that most people are going to make mistakes on. This is a single family house in the front of a mobile home park. I wanted to back up because look at that funny chandelier in this. Let's open the door. So it's at the front of this mobile home park. You can see, let's just kind of zoom out here. This is just a single family home, but it's at the front of the park. And this is where the manager is going to live and work. Come right in. People can sit on the couch. There will be something that we want to put somewhere in the corner for kids when people are kind of filling out applications and they're talking to the manager and they're sitting here. Their kids can kind of be over on this side. And then we have a kitchen, which people won't really be able to go into, and a lovely bathroom. This home is up on concrete blocks, and it is a wood frame home, but I wanted to show you that mobile homes and some single family homes, they have soft spots by the toilet. But this is pretty empty. We're going to get rid of this bed here, but this is basically a 2-bedroom, 1-bath home that the manager is going to live in. This is the park manager's office. Don't be intimidated when you talk to a park manager. They are people. You do need to know what to say, but some of them have their act together, and some of them run their businesses like a high school. And you can go into their offices and see, wow, this is how you live. This is like, it's messy. There's paper cluttered everywhere. Obviously in this office, there's really nothing yet, but I just kind of wanted to make a mention to not be too scared about meeting park managers. But anyway, hope that all made sense. Thanks for kind of listening to me ramble and talk about a number of things that beginner investors make. I hope that this made sense. I hope that this was helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me at john@mobilehomeinvesting.net. I almost forgot my email address. It's john@mobilehomeinvesting.net. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.